One of my sublets I remember very specifically, I was reading Patti Smith's Just Kids, and I hadn't finished writing this one song yet. It was called Leonard. And I was feeling like all of this universal feeling that this was all supposed to be happening when you just get a feeling that it's kismet. And I was reading her book, Just Kids, and as I was reading it, I saw that she had met Robert Mapplethorpe about 2 blocks from where I was subletting. And in that one day, I finished lyrics to Leonard and Kevin's. And I just was trying to conjure as much of her spirit as I could in that time, which New York was very new to her, and she was very wide-eyed and full of wonder at the time. And I was trying to feel optimistic because I was snowed in, and it was New Year's of 2009, I guess, 2009 or 10. And I was just trying to get my life together. But with her backstory, knowing that she was always kind of hustling and always constantly figuring it out, I felt like those 2 songs were the most current of what was going on in my life at the time.
There he goes. He finally closed the door. I turned the lock, feeling more confused than before. What gives? I thought that you would love more. Now you're a coward, sure. Then he rings, look in his eyes.
I remember when I was writing Leonard at the same place in Fort Greene. It was late at night. It was during the blizzard, locked in this apartment. And I think it was around that New Year's where I was supposed to go home to visit my family in New Jersey, but I had actually seen Patti Smith at New Year's at the Bowery, and I came straight home. The blizzard hit like a day or 2 later, and I was just reeling. And I just remember thinking, Pissing in a River was the first song I had ever heard by her that really moved me in this way. And I wanted to marry Pissing in a River with Leonard Cohen. And it was about 1 or 2 in the morning. And it was another one of those songs I just wrote stream of consciously, like, can I write a Leonard Cohen song? Probably not. But I'm going to play the guitar like I'm playing the drums and just try to swim around it and see what happens.
I can't remember if she called it Leonard because of like the Leonard Cohen aspect of the music and the production, but yeah, I remember embracing that sort of like So Long Marian sort of, I don't know, Mazzy Star like world, and this just soaring song that felt timeless, and where it was just a chance for her voice to soar in the ways that it can, and yeah, the feel. I feel like the feel. It was like, just remember the feel and just loving playing that song.
He loves you. Well.
I was definitely dissecting a similar theme to, kind of that feeling of you make your bed, you lie in it, you falling in love, and then my life being on the road and trying to figure out how that's all going to work, how I'm going to find the right person that will understand the touring lifestyle, which is not an easy one to fully understand. Even as in my 40s and happily married, I'm like, I'm still figuring out that balance, but it's funny, I'm tackling the same subjects.
He's smart. He leaves me wanting more, knowing that I gave less and knowing why. Time is what I would need
If it weren't for Aaron, I have never heard horn arrangements or string arrangements on songs before. And it just, not because I don't like them, just because it never occurred to me because of what I had access to. And I wasn't surrounded by it and how I came up.
My idea, I think, was to have these high sort of celestial Leonard Cohen-like strings, that like hovering in the up in the ether, and sort of a watercolor idea. And Rob Moose was this brilliant violinist who was starting to arrange strings at that time for many people, and was a friend who had played in Sufjan's band with my brother. And so when I had the idea to add high sort of Leonard Cohen-like strings to the song, he was the person that felt perfect. And at that time, I think he came and played the parts in the studio, but a lot of times now he just plays them in his own studio and sends them in. So now I've probably made hundreds of songs where he's arranged strings on them, but that would have been one of the first.
Rob has worked with Aaron a lot. I think they still even work together, and he's quite a character. He walks in the room, he knows what he's doing as soon as he walks in the door. He's got this air of confidence that you can't overlook. And I feel like he already had an idea of what he wanted as soon as he heard it, but he came in one day to hear it, and then he returned with he brought a few people after that to do the arrangement in the live environment. And I think that process is interesting because, it does take a minute to kind of absorb not just the song itself, but the space that's there without just filling spaces, but supporting it in this other way. And he tried to honor my Leonard Cohen references. And it's just a whole other way of thinking that I'm still doesn't come naturally to me, but it's definitely was added to my palette as I learned how to write and express myself later.
Try